Hey, what's going on Facebook? It's Terrence Walton coming at you from terrencewalton.com. And I wanted to drop, some valuable information on you guys really quickly. I know most of you guys may be, watching football. Today is football Sunday, but I still had to get this out to you. But, I just came up with this. I was watching SyFy with my wife. And I just wanted to let you know how you watching the SyFy channel can actually explode your business. But before I get into that, I want to kind of let you know the background of how I even arrived to this brilliant idea that I have. But I'd say I've been in network marketing for roughly about a little over 10 years. And for the 10 years that I've been in it, I made absolutely no money. I did my auto ships. I did all of that. I made no money. And the reason I didn't make any money is because of my the way I was thinking. I was, in my mind, I was really loyal to the company, and it's a great company. I'm not knocking the company at all. But I didn't want to hear anything other than the training that company provided. So anyone outside of that particular company, you couldn't tell me anything. I didn't want to hear it. And I basically just kind of limited my growth. And that went on for, I'd say roughly about 10 years. I was like, I'm in business. I've got, my auto ship going on. I've got my products. I'm talking about this. I'm talking about that. But at the end of the day, nothing happened. I kicked out that monthly auto ship. I was proud to be in business for myself, but was there any money being made? No. Was I impacting, any lives out there at that time? Not really. And, it got to a point where I'm like, what am I doing? This isn't working. I became one of those people where, I was saying, this is not working. And I knew I was getting frustrated with myself. And I said, it's been so many years. I'm seeing all the success out there. People are doing this, people are doing that. What am I doing wrong? And it got to the point where I was about to quit. And, I was looking for that last option to prevent me just from quitting. And I'm not a quitter. I don't quit. I hang in there. And as you can see, 10 years. And finally I said, unless I change the way that I'm thinking, this is going to continue for another 5, another 10 years. And it was just the most ridiculous thing, as I was, thinking to myself. And it was, at the end of the day, it was just me refusing to grow. My mentality wouldn't allow me to grow. And I made the excuses. I'm loyal. Nobody's going to distract me from, focusing on my company. And, the intention was great. But, at the end of the day, you're looking for results. And my why was, my family, my son. And I'm walking around here, bragging I'm in a company and I'm a business owner, but it wasn't doing anything for the people that, mattered the most. So fast forward, today's Sunday, it's football Sunday. So I'm working, organizing things for my business before I go to work. So, I have to make sure I have a daily method of operation so things will function. Otherwise, I'll be back in that same boat. And, I'm hanging out with my wife and, I'm doing all of this because I'm like, all right, I'm going to squeeze in a football game. So I'm going to get all my work done prior to this and it's going to be football time. So me and her are hanging out and she loves the SyFy channel. Me, on the other hand, not the biggest fan of the SyFy channel. And because there are like the most ridiculous titles that crack me up. Like Sharknado. I came in one day and she was watching like Sharktopus. And I'm like, who even thinks of this stuff? Who thinks of this stuff? And it just makes me laugh. But at the same time, in my mind, it takes me back to the 10 years where I had this specific thought pattern. I didn't want to give it a chance. I'm like, I'm getting up. There's no way I'm watching Sharknado. There's no way I'm watching Sharktopus. And I'm like, this is insane. And, because of the time I wanted to spend with my wife, that was more important than me crying about SyFy and the Sharktopus and all these ridiculous titles that I thought. And what happened is I actually sat there and watched it, and don't tell anybody, but I actually enjoyed it. It was silly, but I took it for what it was worth. And instead of just shutting down and not allowing myself to, see the outcome, maybe I wouldn't have liked it. Who knows? But I did like it. So at the end of both of those, I was like, it was a little silly, but I actually enjoyed it. And, that was my main point. If you can allow yourself to, get outside of your comfort zone and just grow mentally, because what happened in those 10 years where I didn't make a dime, it was me continually using that same mindset. So, that mindset that I had in the first year, I didn't grow. The second year, used the same mindset, didn't grow. Third year, fourth year, fifth year, I didn't grow. So I was stuck. It was like just perpetual failure. And looking back, it's a good thing because I can reflect on it. But the same with me looking at, the SyFy channel. I had a ton of predisposed ideas about that channel and some of these titles. And instead of allowing myself to see what the outcome would be and just kind of watch it and grow, I refused to watch it at all. At least initially, I refused to watch it. So I never would have experienced, the joy and the laughter, me and my wife had, just watching that particular show. And, it leads me to say this, if you're in network marketing, you're an online marketer and you're looking to grow, I'm going to tell you now, unless you are a 6-figure, 7-figure, and even those guys are still looking to grow, the position you're in now, I'm going to guess maybe you're not necessarily happy and you want to grow and you want to continue growing. And let me just say this, the mindset that got you to this point cannot be the mindset to take you, to that road to success that you're looking for. So you have to look at various ways, to extend your mind and get out of that thinking. And I want to point you guys to a webinar. If you look in the right under the title, there's a link to a webinar. It's Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, there's a 6-figure leader in the industry who's going to talk to you about just generating leads and just making more money. And this is across the board. It doesn't necessarily have to be MLM, network marketing, online marketing. This is going to apply to any business that's out there. And, I strongly suggest that you register. And guess what? It's free. Your name, your best email. What's the worst that can happen? So right now, there are 2 sets of people out there listening to this. The first is saying, you know what? I'm okay in my business. I don't need any more leads. I'm good. I don't need to generate any additional prospects for my business. I'm good. The money that I'm making right now, I think I'm all right. I don't need that. And that's exactly what I'm talking about. Don't be like me and stop growing, because you'll find yourself in that state of not growing and you won't see those results and you'll continue to sit there making excuses for yourself. And at the end of the day, it's only going to hurt you and the people that you care about, because I know your why is humongous. That's the only reason you got into the business. So open your mind and just embrace everything that is out there instead of, just turning a blind eye because you think you know everything. So if you're that person that, hey, doesn't need any more leads, you don't need any more prospects, you're good with the money that you're making in your business, don't even click the link. Don't show up Wednesday. I'll understand, because I was there. I'll understand. But at some point, hopefully, you'll you'll come up with a new way of thinking. Now, for the people who want to learn how to generate more leads, who want different strategies on how to just get different, get prospects and into your business, or or you want to make just more money learning both, get on a webinar. Because just like me, what was the worst that could happen at the end of that SyFy movie? You're either going to say, hey, I didn't learn much, or you're going to say, you know what, I really enjoyed this training, and although I thought I knew everything, I thought I knew how to generate leads, I thought I knew how to sign people up, I thought I knew how to make money, my mind was open enough to say, hey, you know what, I did learn something. If it's just one thing, or if it's a number of things. So at the end of the day, do yourself a favor and register. It's an hour webinar. What could it hurt? Add to your value so you can give it back. So check out that link. Again, if you're interested, register. And the best thing you could do for me is shoot me a comment or shoot me a private message and say, hey, Terrence, you know what, that webinar was awesome, man. That six-figure industry leader, he really knocked it out the park. I took some great notes. I applied them immediately, and it definitely changed my business. So that is what I'd love to hear, because I know for this same trainer, some of the strategies that he used, I've used, and I'm not that guy sitting in the network marketing business, for 10 years not making any more money. I can tell you that, right now. So I just wanted to share that with you guys really quickly. And I'm going to go pop some popcorn and check out my Philadelphia Eagles. And you guys finish enjoying your weekend. And, for those of you who want to get out of your comfort zone and check out a great training, Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, check the link, register. I'll see you on there. Take care.